And welcome back to the Blue and Gold Report. Our first guest, part of the alumni segment, is famed actor Tyler Hoechlin. Tyler, how are you?
I'm doing good, Boomy. How you doing?
Good, thanks. First, I want to ask you, you showed up at the alumni game, and there were a ton of fans who were very upset that they didn't know you were going to be on campus, which is probably the best for everyone overall. But how sore were you after the alumni game? Because you played, I think, the entire game, and you were really getting after it.
I did play the entire game. I was actually, thankfully, a lot less sore than I was expecting, possibly slightly more hungover, but that was the worst of it, I think. I've never had a beer in the dugout before, so that was a new experience. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was nice to be back out on the field, and I was kind of waiting for anybody else to kind of take the reins and jump out on defense, but it seems like at the alumni game, having an at-bat every 4 or 5 innings is kind of more the goal as opposed to playing defense all 9. So I made it my own goal to play all 9 innings on defense. So I think I got it done. It was fun. I had a great time.
You definitely powered through, and I think you robbed a couple of our current players of some hits, and I think they're a little bit salty still.
I might have taken one away, which always makes me happy. So I apologize to the new guys, but they look good this weekend. So,
are you playing baseball other than the alumni game?
I played a couple times with a couple other alumni guys. Sean Madigan and I played in like a little adult league here and there. I think I got in maybe like 4 or 5 games. And trying to think, I know I played another hardball game somewhere, and I can't remember what it was. I feel like I played in a charity game with Wounded Warriors a little ways back, and then I've been playing softball with my bros down in bros as in like actual brothers, not like my bros. My brothers down in Orange County. So I've been on the field here and there, not as much as I'd like to. But enough to stay satisfied. It never goes away. It's definitely something I still miss. Pretty much every day. Now,
when you show up in these adult leagues with Sean Madigan, are you recognized? Do you get hassled at all, or do you get to actually just enjoy playing and being a ball player again?
The other teams don't really know, but Madigan likes to sell me out.
Oh, so Sean.
Anytime he gets a chance to get a couple other guys to razz me, he's always happy about it, which kind of goes both ways, I guess. But so he'll sell me out and make sure that everybody gives me a hard time. And usually it's by bringing up my worst work and having them ask me a bunch of questions about that. So I have fun with it.
Well, now that it's after the fact, I am going to mention that you were at the UC Irvine ASU game. But the big question is, which school's gear were you wearing?
I was wearing Irvine gear. Come on.
Okay, good, because there's only one right answer for that question.
I know. Well, it makes it easier to go with the hometown team. There's always a safer bet going that way. So, and it worked out. That was a great win for Irvine. Everybody looked really good, and from the very beginning, that first inning was awesome to see them jump on them early and just kind of keep the pedal down and keep going. So that was a great win.
Any thoughts about ever broadcasting baseball? I mean, you have obviously the talent for it, the professional back end of it, and then, you have the baseball knowledge.
Yeah, it's something that I'm not going to lie, I am one of those people who sits at home and mutes some of the games in a lot of sports just because I can't stand the commentary. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's my calling or not, because I criticize it, but then I sit there and think, could I actually make the all the time in between pitches and everything going on entertaining? But I mean, that's, for me, I guess that's the part of baseball that I miss, and the part of baseball that I think, when people talk about the sport, it's say, oh, it's so boring, I can't stand it. It's like, when you have a knowledge of the game, it's one of those things where in between pitches, when everything seems to be the most boring, and when everything's moving really slow, as a player and as anyone who's ever coached or anything like that, that everything going on from pitch to pitch is actually the most active part of the game, because you're actually having to, plan your next move and try to, outsmart the other guy, the other team. And really, once the ball's in play, then that's just all reaction to everything that's been set in motion. But that really is the most entertaining part of the game, I think, for those of us that have played. So I don't know, maybe, who knows? Maybe someday, down the road, it's something to jump into here and there. Just have some fun with it, but we'll see. I'm going to stick with what I'm doing for now, so I can actually, get to the point of like making decisions.
Well, because I am able to, I am responsible for the baseball broadcast part of it. I am extending you an open invitation. If you want to come down and try your hand at some color, if you want to come by and try your hand at color with either Tim or Mark, on a day that you're available, you just let me know. I'll put you in the booth and we'll see how you do.
This is like a reality now. This is like an actual thing. I might take you up on that. I might maybe like start small and go like like an inning, something like that, like one of those little like guest commentators. Maybe start there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Work my way up.
Yeah. Well, you just let me know and we'll get you set up.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna sit on that for a little bit and see if I can work up the courage for that.